On this final session, we are talking about leveraging AI and analytics in business, right? And we have two amazing panelists and one amazing moderator. Our moderator is none other than Khaoula. She currently serves as the co-founder and CEO of the startup company Bots Factory. She is a software engineer who graduated from the National School of Applied Sciences in 2017. She has won many innovation and entrepreneurship competitions. And one interesting thing about Khaoula, she can speak both English and French. Wow. Hi, Khaoula. How are you doing?
Hi, Claire. How are you? Thank you for this amazing introduction.
Yes, I'm so glad to have you here. Such a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. And then next up, now we have our panelists. So our first panelist is Brigitte Denise. She is a mom, a business professional, and with an all-round enthusiastic personality. She has been in sales for over 30 years, in technology for over 20, and in ML and AI for almost 15. She is a speaker, a coach, a consultant, and has even owned her own business while still working in the corporate world. She helps individuals build their personal brands, as well as using social media to educate you how to do that in the world of AI. If you want to learn the fastest way to transform your data, be it images, video, text, audio, into actionable insights using AI, Brigitte is the person to go to. Hi, Denise. How are you doing?
Good. How are you this morning? Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. And our other panelist is Opeyemi Taiwo Adeniran. She is an AI engineer and computer vision researcher with over 5 years of experience in IT. Her main goal is to help organizations identify key business needs as well as solve community problems using AI. She has held roles as an AI evangelist, AI engineer, and a data scientist. She is also the founder of Favored Online Skills Network, which is basically an online learning platform for educating people starting a career in IT. And today, she actually featured as our DJ. So please help me welcome Opeyemi. Hi, Opeyemi.
Hi.
Hi, Opeyemi.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much.
Yes, so thank you so much, Opeyemi and Denise and Khaoula. I'll hand it over now to you, Khaoula, to take over the session.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be with you guys. So without waiting any further, I'm really happy to host and moderate this panel with two amazing women in AI. It's always a pleasure to say women in AI, honestly. Yes, this is a great thing. Yes, so I would like each one of you, first to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about her love story with AI. How did you get into AI? I'll start with Brigitte.
Great, thank you. So I'm Denise, and Claire did a great job of introducing me already. But I think the question that Khaoula had was really why, or how, or what is my love for or passion for artificial intelligence and machine learning. I think starting out in technology in such a long time ago, it has interested me in the evolution of technology and the fact that technology is continuously evolving and growing and becoming something that we would have never envisioned 10 years ago. And AI to me is so interesting, and my passion stems really from the fact that because I love AI so much, I have a little bit more fear that people are not as educated about artificial intelligence, how best to use it in business, and how best to coexist with it. My fear is that people will let it just pass them by, and they will just be a spoke in the wheel, and AI will become something that we would have never, ever wanted it to. So my passion is really about educating about the value and the benefits of AI, but also making sure that people are aware of and participate in the trajectory of AI. Those that are educated and knowledgeable about it are then more engaged, and the more engaged they are, the more they help create the trajectory. I think we still have some time ahead of us to make sure that it doesn't go in the direction where we have another species that is smarter than the human.
Yes. Oh my God. What if that happened? That's a very novel reason to have a passion for AI, honestly. Now, what about you?
My own case is somehow like is somehow different. How I started artificial intelligence. I started in this field. It was when I finished my degree as a computer engineer. I joined there's a boot camp on data science, started carrying data science, and I said, when I was in school, I didn't hear anything about data science. So where is this coming from? Naturally, as a computer engineer, you love to like go into networking. Of course, that was what I love, but I said, let me go a little deeper. Let me understand what data science is all about. So I went for this boot camp for like 3 months. So, and where they trained me on data science, and that was in the year 2019. Then after that, I got a job as a freelancer on a freelancer website, and that was where the real struggle started. Then I realized that I was just starting, because when the clients gave me a job and I could not really deliver within the speculated period of time, then I knew that I have to advance myself. So I joined an online community where I developed and sharpened my data science skills. I worked with them for a year, and later on, I work with them. I work with them, become a chapter lead so that I can sharpen my AI skills. Then later on, I went for some certifications, and also for then I decided to also advance my career in this field. So I can say that it started in the year 2019 through a bootcamp.
Yeah, that's really amazing. As they say, good things in life happen in unplanned, and I think that was the case for you, and that's really a great thing. So now I believe you guys have presentations to present to us today. I think you don't know if Brigitte have some internet problems. So, well, I think if it would be good if you start, Opeyemi.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. So, stage is for you. Brigitte is back with us. I was just saying, Opeyemi will start with her presentation, and then we'll get back to your presentation. Okay.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. So thank you once again, Pan-African Tech Foundation, for this opportunity to address your audience. My name is Opeyemi, Adeniran, as I've been introduced, and today we'll be talking on leveraging AI analytics for business growth. So I'd love to start by, I know many of our speakers have spoken about what artificial intelligence is all about, but I won't want to like assume, just to add a little bit definition. So artificial intelligence deals with human intelligence exhibited by machines. So that means that whatever humans can do, that is what artificial intelligence is developed to do. So we want to increase productivity. We want to increase productivities. We want to be able to work and ensure that jobs are delivered at a particular period in time. We want to be able to stretch our human intelligence. So artificial intelligence is going to help us in that regard. What are the focus areas of artificial intelligence? Reasoning, knowledge, planning, natural language, and perception. These are the focus areas of artificial intelligence. Just like what I said, artificial intelligence deals with humans reasoning. So it deals with understanding how we think. It deals with acquisition of knowledge. It deals with planning. It deals with to be able to communicate effectively and understand different languages. It deals with perceptions, visions, computer vision, dealing with images. So these are the focus areas of artificial intelligence. And so in related terms, we have machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that deals with the statistical techniques that enables predictions of machine to improve with experience. So machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that allows us to use different algorithms in solving problems. We have deep learning also. In this regard, deep learning is a subset of machine learning that models and employs an artificial neural network. So anytime you want to talk about artificial neural network, convolutional neural network, we talk about deep learning because it deals with the part of the brain that deals with human reasoning. And so what we have also have what we call data science is a process of using data to find solutions or to predict an outcome of a problem statement. So data science seems like a center of machine learning, artificial intelligence, and deep learning because it requires the understanding of different statistical methods and computational systems and strategies and algorithms for you to be able to predict an outcome. So I just explained the relationship between these fields. So what is AI for business? Naturally, all businesses are geared towards problems, right? We call something a business where we identify a problem. And so if we want to scale through in a business, we must be able to perform what we call MVE, minimum viable experiment. The minimum viable experiment is actually that experiment you conduct on a particular product to test whether it's viable, to test whether people are interested in this product. So let's say that you're interested in you want to start a cosmetic business, for example. You want to see if people are interested in, if it's something that people would love to buy. You know that you have several brands, you have several brands outside there. And so you want to okay, before I bring out my brand, I want to know what people feel about this brand. I want to know if people are interested. You want people's feedback. So instead of you going through the traditional method of minimum viable experiment, creating a product, sending out feedback forms, and then trying to get feedback from people, you can actually make use of artificial intelligence to achieve that. So most businesses are formed around problems, but to validate if a business is viable or not, we need to test markets using the MVE strategy. This process involves some processes like creating a test product and sending it out to get customers' reviews and feedback, then improving the product based on feedback and so forth. So with AI, you can know if the product will be viable or not before employing the use of the MVE. Through the 6 basic steps, respectively, data scientists can predict the outcome of a business. So we want to see how data analysis can be used for business growth. So with these basic 6 steps, we can actually use this strategy to know if a business is viable or not. So before you invest your money on a certain business, you can make use of artificial intelligence. I can say that, okay, from my experience as an AI evangelist and partnership manager, I have been able to opportunity work with some speak at events like TechSoup, where people are they have this kind of where I educate people about this artificial intelligence in helping them to identify, in helping them to understand their business model, to actually understand if their business is viable. And after that, then they can then go ahead and pitch to investors about it. And at the end of the day, we see a lot of people come up and they were keen and interested. So the organization I work with actually makes use of this artificial intelligence strategy to help organizations to help organizations in identifying if their business is viable. And most interesting thing is that they have been able to help many organizations in achieving this, and many of them have gotten venture capitals. So let's move straight on how we are able to make use of this strategy in helping businesses to understand their needs, to know if it is viable, if venture capitals are interested in investing in their business. So we talk about, so before I move that, I would love to dive into the 6 steps. Before we dive into the 6 steps in our previous slide, let us take a look at the fundamentals of our model development, which are the 3 W's and 1 Y. So the 3 W's are who are target markets, what are our customers doing, and why do your customer need to buy from you? So most businesses have to be able to answer these three W's. And of course, your I is the contact information. Who is in charge? Who can we reach out to? So to answer these 3 W's, data scientists make use of those 6 strategies. So number 1 is data extraction. This entails extracting and collecting data on similar products or businesses that we hope to launch. So we have similar products. Of course, there's this adage, there's nothing new under the sun, right? So we have this product that is similar to what we have, and we can actually go ahead and extract data of similar products, and through the process of what we call data extraction. The next thing we have is data processing. That is ensuring that data collected are stored and made available in a format that can be used for analysis. Most data are collected in different formats. For example, we have some data are collected in text, some data are collected in text, and so some need to be converted to JSON formats. We just want to make that data to be accessible so that we can process it. And this stage, data scientists use what we call data processing strategy. Then the next one we have is data cleaning. We want to remove unwanted data, like we want to remove things that we don't need. We want to remove, let's say, date stamp, for example. We want to remove content that we don't really need, that is not relevant to our analysis. Don't forget that most businesses focuses on the 3 W's, like why, who, and the 3 W's described in the previous test. So the data cleaning now is actually removing all those informations that are not relevant to our data, that is not going to tell us answer the 3 W's. So this process involves removing unwanted data like comma, space, and other irrelevant data. And this process is what we call data cleaning techniques. Well, the next one we have is exploratory data analysis. At this stage, data scientists identify and understand the patterns or trends in data. This is where you identify more solutions, more probable solutions, more an in-depth understanding of the business, and see in what way can a business can this business scale up. They tend to find patterns and understand in what way can they be can a business be different from the other. They try to understand new findings about the data that is not the new findings. These findings are usually not the same thing, like they are not usually similar to the kind of information that they are actually looking for. So at this stage, they try to understand if there are other relevant informations or strategies that can be developed in this regard. And the next stage is what we call data modeling. At this stage involves building machine learning models based on the results gotten from the exploratory data analysis. So models are created. Models is like the end product of the analysis. Models are created to tell people to predict the outcome of this business. So when we create a model, we are predicting an outcome. We are saying that if you go through this strategy, this is the outcome of this business. If you increase your sales, this is the aspect of this. This is the result that you'll be getting at the end of the day. And that is, in this regard, this stage is what we call data modeling. Then the last stage is what we call data validation. So data scientists compare new data with the trained data in order to detect anomalies in the data or false prediction. So for you to validate if your product is is viable or not, we have to compare the analysis. They have to test it. They have to compare with the market strategy. So this is what we call data validation. So then the application of AI includes artificial intelligence in e-commerce, for example, personalized shopping. Artificial intelligence is used to construct recommendations engines that can help you engage with your customers more effectively. Virtual shopping assistants and chatbots driven by artificial intelligence can improve users' experience while buying online. For example, in the aspect of the chatbots, banks make use of chatbots. Banks make use of chatbots to answer similar customers problems. Nowadays, if you go to bank, especially the customer service center, you realize that there are many people on the queue, and many a times the same question, the customers comes with similar questions. So to solve this issue, a chatbot is usually created and placed on the website, such that the people can interact with the chatbot, but they will actually feel they actually interact with the customer service to solve those problems. So they ask questions, and the chatbot and the bot is able to reply to their questions based on the knowledge base. We also have fraud prevention credit card, which is also used in banking system. And personalized shopping, of course, is something like Amazon uses to they check through your past shopping records, and they are able to recommend similar products to you. And also in Netflix, they are able to see what the movies you like through rating, through your rating, through your views, and lots more. And so they'll be able to recommend such and recommend movies to you. We also have other applications, include AI navigation application, according to MIT. They can provide users with accurate, timely, and detailed information to improve safety. I think I can also talk about one of the projects I did on this, where it comes to it was actually for Lagos, Nigeria, where we were able to use artificial intelligence to identify areas in Nigeria without electricity access, and we were able to make use of satellite engine. We were able to make use of Google Earth engine to be able to extract information from this, to extract information. We're able to use GIRS to extract information from Google Earth engine. So Google Earth engine saves rasters images, that is images about the Earth surface, and we're able to get areas in Nigeria. We're able to get areas in Nigeria without light and without electricity access. And so this is also one of the applications of artificial intelligence in monitoring the Earth surface. We also have system recommendation, I think, which I've already said something similar. And we also have artificial intelligence in lifestyle, like in facial recognition. Of course, if you check our phone now, you can use your phone, of course, to open your phone. You can use your face, of course, to open your phone, to lock your phone, and then to provide more security to your phone. And we also have email filtering when there's when there are similar when there's emails with similar links are classified as spam. And so whenever anybody sends a message using similar patterns, it just automatically goes to the spam folder. And that's also an aspect of artificial intelligence. Okay, thank you very much. I just have to quickly rush down so as to keep with the timing. Thank you. That is all I have for today.
So much, Opeyemi. That was a very enriching presentation. It's really a pleasure to know all of this information, and I'm very sure all the participants have take advantage of this presentation, especially the applications of AI. Now we'll move to Denise for her presentation. It's up to you right now. You can share your presentation. Thank you.
I actually don't have a presentation. I really wanted to just talk, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, that will be great. If you can tell us, like in more details, about AI and especially educate the people or the participants who are with us today who don't have an idea what AI is or how we can use it in businesses. The stage is
Yes.
for you.
Yes, and I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach. I loved how Opeyemi was able to educate everyone about what artificial intelligence is, and more importantly, how to actually apply it in business, how to use it to create a startup. She mentioned quite a few great use cases in which AI is currently being used. I think it's so cool that AI, and this is the fun side. I think this is the side that I love the most. I think that AI is so intriguing and exciting. As Opeyemi mentioned, when you pick up your cell phone and it automatically sees your face and opens up the phone, you have facial recognition. That is cool. Did you know, though, that the first AI was in 1956, I think, between MIT, IBM, and a few others? And so it's been around for a lot longer than we have known, and it is emerging as such an exciting technology because of all the things that Opeyemi talked about. Did you know that instead of not in addition to NLP, so NLP is natural language processing, and it's really taking the text and processing it in a literal sense, that there is now also NLU, which is natural language understanding, which is extracting the content actually of the text. So really understanding what the text is meant. That's how far we have progressed and how far we are moving. So what does that really mean? I love that Opeyemi talked about data cleaning. You do have to have really good data. So making sure good data in produces good data out. And you need to be able to create good data models or business or AI models in order to really have a good AI process. Think about all the use cases that she presented to you already. Think about in a different context, as in you are currently in a role where you are in the AI space and you are creating those models. What you want to be able to do for a business is automate any mundane tasks that they don't want to, that they can automate without having to pay someone to do. Right now, people in technology, at least in the US, I can't speak for Africa or anywhere else in the world, they're highly paid. And to be highly paid and doing mundane tasks that can be automated is insane. So the concept of actually taking those, automating them with AI, and then giving those same employees, you're not going to replace them, but repurpose them so that they can actually focus on innovative new revenue streams, different new services, new business offerings, whatever it is. That is what you as students are coming into the world to do now. We are here to change the world so that they understand that AI is not here to replace, but to allow you to actually get paid the amount of money that you do to do something that is so much more innovative, challenging, and exciting. So this is a great time for you to be able to come in. They say that by 2024, there will be more jobs centered around AI than ever before. The fact that there is an AI university program online is pretty amazing. And I think that this is the time that you should soak in as much as you possibly can so that you can understand where your role is in this. When you think about businesses and the AI use cases, as Opeyemi already suggested or already shared with you, think about just in everyday use cases when you are an employee, the ability to have emails that go out that start the sales process without you having to actually engage, and enable that email engagement to be human-like. That's pretty amazing. And then once you raise your hand and say, hey, I need to speak to someone, they can actually schedule the appointment, and they can notify the sales rep, and they can update the CRM. So we are in a place today where those simple tasks can now be the job of a virtual assistant or AI, and you can get busy on closing business. That's one example of how exciting AI is today and what it can do for you in an actual application use or use case of AI. It's been a long week. So I just really wanted to leave you, especially since we're the end, and I knew Opeyemi had really a lot around, what is artificial intelligence. I wanted you to know that you're in a spot, I wanted to leave you with, you're in a spot that is exciting. And the more that we can be educated, the more that we can educate others, and the more that you can learn to adapt to artificial intelligence, but more importantly, actually be involved in the trajectory as you are right now, as you're sitting here listening to all of these panelists and speakers, is an amazing opportunity for you. And I hope that you guys embrace it. And I hope that you get as excited as I am about it. And I hope that you start to get others also excited about it. So that was my presentation.
Okay, so what I was saying is actually you got me already excited about AI, even though I've been in the conversational AI industry for about 5 years now. And I really, really love your enthusiasm about it, because as they say, when you really love what you do it well. And I really believe that's the case for you, Brigitte. I hope that all the participants who are with us today got to be excited to know about AI, and most importantly, it's the future, and it's gonna be, as you both say, it's gonna be used in every industry every day. We already see it every day, like the example that Opeyemi gave of the applications of AI, like online shopping, watching Netflix. It's really everywhere. So I would like actually to ask you another question that that can be maybe from your personal work, or something that you assisted to in your career, or you talked to someone in the industry of AI. So the question is, I want you to give us an example of a challenge that an actual business had, and that's using AI and its application in, like, its different applications, they came to a solution, or they actually made some amazing results. Okay, so I'll start with Opeyemi. I'll go on.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for this. I would love to start with an example of there's this organization. This organization on. Okay, there's this project I worked on by Save the Children. Save the Children is, and I think they deals with there is an NGO, and they have been in the system for the past 100 years. So I work with them on this challenge, where we were able to gather. The challenge is actually to educate children about online abuse. They have been in this system as an NGO for past years, but they want to employ the use of artificial intelligence to educate children, and they don't have data. Like, they are totally new into this AI field. And so they came to Medina, and I joined this project. So what we did in this regard, we went online to extract data about online abuse. We extracted data concerning children, what they are faced with. We went to different organizations that also deals with abuses and anything relating to children. So this time around, the category of children is from 0 to like 17, 0 to 17. So we were able to extract and gather data relating to that, and also articles, and and also articles relating to child abuse. So in the long run, what we did was that we developed a chatbot that now educates children about online abuse, in which we were able to present to save the children. And we also then developed a network graph. I remember I worked with a professional in this regard, a network graph that collates articles relating to online child abuse. So anytime you Google child abuse, it brings up related articles concerning child abuse to educate children. So this network graph was integrated into this chatbot to educate children about online abuse. So anytime you come to you go to their website, and or you want to talk about you want children to understand more about abuses and stuff like that, the Save the Children chatbot can easily work on that. So that was what we did for Save the Children in this regard. And I don't know if I was able to.
I think this is an amazing example, actually. Like a lot of data about abuse, or I would say it can be the example for us in Africa, is that not everyone has the culture of actually Googling things to know about them. Until this day, even though I know some people who are educated, and by educated, I mean really high education, but maybe they're not in the IT industry. So the first thing that comes to their mind when they want an information is not going and Googling the information they need. They ask people around them, or maybe they go to Facebook groups or Instagram and ask around. They ask people, although there's a lot of information on Google. So I can only imagine that a chatbot, for example, that is available on Facebook Messenger or on WhatsApp will be an easy resource of information, especially thanks to the human touch that chatbots have. It's like a friend who is chatting with you. It's more, it has the physical touch, and it's an easy and friendly a tool to get information about the abuse, child abuse in general. And like we can see the noble reasons behind AI. It's really something that we have to work on to make everyone's lives better. Thank you, Opeyemi, for sharing this experience. And I will go back to Brigitte to share with us an experience of actually using AI in a business case.
Yeah, so I could probably give you two, but one that was probably more interesting than the conversational one, since we've already touched on conversation. This is a business, a startup, who they wanted to be able to, or they were actually licensed to take a sitcom series, and throughout all of the sitcom series, go through and find out in that series where there was a space to actually put some sort of advertising. So, for example, if there is a scene where they're driving down the road and you see the side of the road, where could they put a billboard that would actually then advertise a product on there? So they would go through, put binding boxes around it. The binding box would be based on, or the advertisement would then be based on the bounding box size. That helped them to provide a new service to their customers or to their clients, because they were doing other things, and they had other use cases that they were working on the sitcom with, but enabling them to now interject and increase revenue streams, not only for them, but for also the sitcom series, was really cool. So they were able to put, again, in summary, binding boxes around areas where they could either put a Coke can, or they could put a billboard sign, or they could put a sign on a car, that is advertising something. So it was very cool to work with them on that. And then from a conversational perspective, sales is very hard now after COVID. It's changed. It's dynamically still changing. Right now, it used to take anywhere from 5 to 8 touches. Now it takes 15 to 20 touches with an individual before you actually make a connection of any sorts, where you can start to build a relationship and gain their trust and be credible to them. So lots of times sales reps are very high strung, they're very busy, and they will, because it takes so many touches, they'll let opportunities kind of slip through the cracks. So if you have a conversational AI assistant, a virtual assistant who can work through those 15 to 18 touches, they don't go to sleep, they don't take PTO, they're not sick, so they can continuously engage so that they can get to those 15, 18 touches and it doesn't slip through the cracks. What we were able to do was able to save an organization the ability we were able to help them increase their sales and lost potential revenue because of those slipped opportunities. So they increased their revenues and they increased their pipelines twofold. So it's really exciting when you can use AI in a way that you can monetize it and that you can build new revenue streams.
Those both are very, very amazing examples. And especially the first one, it's like very cool, very innovative and creative. Like to think about something like that, that's really so cool. Yes, and the thing that I see sometimes, maybe like the market is different from a country to another, but sometimes some executives, they don't really trust AI, especially in businesses or companies who are not in IT. So it's hard for them in the very beginning to trust that, for example, a conversational artificial intelligence will help them save money or will help them make sales. So the very first convincing them to actually use AI is kind of hard. But then once they see the results, they start seeing the results, they be like, oh, wow, so this can do this. What about we add another feature? What about we add this? What about we add that? And that's a very great thing. So like you find yourself as an AI educator, as you say, Brigitte, doing a huge role, not even with ordinary or like students or just anyone, but also with executives, people who take huge decisions in businesses and in the country's economy. So that's actually a very amazing thing. Now I have another question. Do we still have time? Because I really love the topic, so I don't want us to. I think we still have time. It's just we still have about 10 minutes. So Opeyemi, I will ask you a question. So for the participants who are with us today, who wants to have a career in AI or who wants to learn about AI, what advice can you give them, or what I would say certifications can you tell them to have, or like any advice you can give them to pursue a career in AI would be great, I think.
Thank you very much for this. Number one, I would say that this kind of event is one of the best things to get started with. Like now you are exposed to artificial intelligence, what it's all about. So attending networking programs like this is number one thing to get started, because it exposes you to different, now you understand what's data science, data analysis, machine learning, and you can now understand which area you actually want to focus on. Before, I didn't have this kind of opportunity. So it was later I understand that it's even data analysis as part of data science. It was later I understand that, machine learning is a subset of AI and deep learning is a subset of machine learning, So now that you understand, so you've got to understand which area you want to focus on. So networking programs like this, educative programs like this on artificial intelligence is the number one thing. Number two is attending free trainings. If there are free trainings, first you want to get your feet, like you really don't want to put your whole feet right forward. You want to, okay, let me understand more on data science. Let's see, is there a free training on data science that I can go for? Is there a free training on data analysis? What is even that machine learning? Is there a free training on this? And if you're able to have a full at least a basic understanding of all this field, then you can now say, okay, the next stage, which is number 3 that I'm going to recommend, is going for a paid course or a training, full training. Okay, I want to go into data analysis. Now I understand data analysis. This is where I want to go for. Then you go for the training. I used to recommend training before certification. I believe so much in skills before you get certification. Of course, I'm going to explain certification in that regard. So you go for the training, understand how to make use of it. Then now after the training can be online. You can use different online platforms, and then you can use their online courses. You can use online courses like Coursera. You can use Coursera. You can use Udacity, Udemy. You can use several online platforms that is ready to teach you the skills. Then the next thing is certification in this regard. For business analysis, for example, there is this certification for business analysts that is required for a business analyst to have. So you've got to go for that. For you now, you've gone for data analysis. Data analysis and business analysis is almost the same thing. So if you go for training on data analysis, you can easily go and get also certification in that business analytics stuff or business analytics stuff. So get certification in that regard. For data science now, if you have picked data science, then you have to go for certifications like cloud certifications like IBM Data Science Professional Certification, because it's IBM Data Science Professional Certification. You'll be exposed to the fundamental of data science. It's going to be a core training. You're going to have capstone project that you can put on your GitHub. And after that, then you can then go for Microsoft's certification. In Nigeria, for example, Microsoft is highly respected. Most organizations use Microsoft certification. I remember when I got a job as an AI engineer with Infineon Technology, I didn't have AI certificate. I had IBM. And so when I got into the organization, it was required of me to have Microsoft's AI Azure AI certification. And so I had to first go for the training, get the certificate before I start working with them as an AI engineer in that regard. So you've got to okay, this is data science. I need to go for certification. In Nigeria, it's Microsoft. In a certain country, it may not be Microsoft. It may be, let's say, what is the trend? It may be Google. You might look for Google certification in that regard for data science or data analysis. So the next one is so I want to explain something about data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning. They are interwoven. So you can stop as a data scientist and advance yourself and go for certification. And you can want to move forward. Moving forward means you want to become a machine learning engineer or artificial intelligence engineer. So AI encapsulates machine learning and deep learning. And so in AI, you can now go and specialize. So in this regard now, if you are going for AI and artificial intelligence, you've got to understand that there are certifications in the field. For example, AWS has machine learning certification. Amazon, here in the United States, Amazon certifications is very important. In addition to your skills, you've got to have AWS. You are not even restricted to anyone. You've got to have AWS, Microsoft, IBM, and Google. So you've got to just get any form of certifications, and at this stage there is a stage. There are specialties, so you keep going and you keep advancing yourself in that field. So certificate, I will say that you understand yourself through networking programs. Get your feet. What do you want to fit in? If it's data science, machine learning, or artificial intelligence, or whatever you want to get yourself, go for the training. After the training, get certification. Yeah, good to go. So that's my advice. Then you can advance yourself for your master's, because nowadays you can now go for your master's, and if you are interested in research, you can then advance in your PhD. But master's is okay. as to advance and to develop yourself in this field. Thank you. That's my advice.
Thank you so much. That was very enriching. Thank you so much, Opeyemi. And now for Brigitte, I have a question. It's more about careers in AI. So I think with your experience, if you can tell us what kind of jobs in the AI industry are the most needed in the job market today, that maybe our participants can think of as a career path.
Yeah, so I think it's ever evolving, and I think what is offered today will be completely different 2 to 3 years from now. That is my gut feeling. I would say you really have to figure out first what your why is, what interests you, and why do you want to do it? Because you can go one of two ways. You can actually become a data scientist. You can start off as a data scientist, which is really analytical and really in the depths of the data itself. So you have to love data in order, and you want to do something with that data. And what do you want to do, and why do you want to do it? So that would be one area of expertise or one career route you could go. The other, I think, is in the technology aspect of it. It's actually working with solutions that can provide automation or are using AI. So you're not the data scientist, you're the technologist. And why would you want to be that? Are you not good at data? Is data not, is that too boring for you? You're not interested in collecting that? Why do you want to be on the technology side? So I think you really only have right now today two really distinct areas of expertise in my mind is the engineer data scientist or the technologist or slash engineer, because an engineer can be in both of those areas, can fall under both of those areas. I think as AI evolves, we're going to have more than just networking and small little training groups. We're actually going to have university studies around and an actual college degree that you can ascertain in artificial intelligence. And I think those will then, with that, you'll see more and more jobs that are more specific to each individual role within the AI space.
That's great. Okay. So I was saying is that's really interesting. As you said, like it's evolving. The roles in AI and the job descriptions we see today are not the job descriptions I used to see before. So like year after year, sometimes even like month after month, we get to see new job positions in the AI field, which is really interesting and exciting at the same time, honestly. So I will see, we still have 2 minutes. If any one of the participants have any question, please send them to us.
I think there's a question in the Q&A chat. I don't know if Denise has already covered it, and at least ask for Denise, how do your sales skills converge with your AI enthusiasm?
Ooh, how do my sales skills? Well, in order to be in sales, you have to be able to sell people on a concept. You have to be able to build relationships. You have to be able to partner with people and understand their problems and try to help solve or those problems or fill those gaps that they might have. And because AI can do so many things by helping businesses continue to grow and expand, my enthusiasm has been I've been able to merge the two together because I can build credibility and relationships and share with them how AI can help them better improve their business processes as well as bring in new revenue streams. Did that help answer the question? Was that the way it was asked?
Yes, you did answer the question.
Thank you.
Is there any other question, Claire, please?
No,
I do not see any other question. Does anyone else have a question?
Claire, can I make one more statement?
Yes.
I just hope, I think Opeyemi did a great job of sharing with you where you what your progression might be as you start to learn more about AI. But but all of you are here on Zoom. So that means you have some sort of access to technology and the internet. Make sure you start looking up the world thought leaders around AI. Start following their articles. Also, start looking at the AI influencers. There are groups that have determined or announced who they think the AI influencers are. Follow them. Learn and soak up as much as you possibly can. And just remember what your why is. Why do you want to participate in any form or fashion with the AI technology? And once you know your why, you will then be able to find a process and a path that works for you. And you should trust that path and process and believe in just that AI has so much to offer, and that you have so much to offer within the AI space.
Thank you so much, Denise. That's really inspiring. Maybe not only on the AI industry, but in life in general. Once you find your why, you really do well with your life in all the aspects of it. Thank you so much, Denise. Thank you so much, Opeyemi. I think we don't have any other question. It was really a huge pleasure to moderate this panel. As I said in the beginning, it's always a pleasure to meet women in technology and to meet women, especially in AI. So really, thank you so much. It was really nice knowing you, discussing with you, and hearing from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Khaoula. Thank you so much, Opeyemi. Thank you so much, Denise. I feel like it's been such an amazing presentation, full of passion, full of insights. Like, we have learned so much, and I am honestly ending this day just excited about AI and what it has to offer. So we are winding up the bootcamp. Please, in the chat, please give a shout out to Khaoula, to Denise, to Opeyemi for doing such an amazing job. Thank you so much, guys.